Welcome back friends on my YouTube channel Neptune Marine Info, where knowledge has no boundaries. Friends, today we are going to discuss a topic related to function 3, SOLAS Chapter 9, Management for the Safe Operation of Ship, Part 2. Friends, you can find a link in the description for Part 1. Friends, we are going to discuss a topic, safety management system. Before start a topic, please subscribe my channel and press the bell icon for new video notification. So friends, let's start a topic. Safety management system. Objectives of the company. Now first objective is provide for safe working practices and safe working environment. Second objective, establish safeguards against possible risk. And third objective is continuously improve safety management skills of personnel ashore and aboard ship. So friends, these three most important objectives of the company. The functional requirements for a safety management system. First one is a safety and environmental policy. Second one, instructions and procedures to ensure that safe operation of the vessel in compliance with relevant international and flag state legislation. And third one is defined level of authority and communication between shore and ship personnel. Fourth one, procedures for reporting accidents and non-conformities with the code. Fifth one, procedures for responding to emergency situations. Sixth one, procedures for internal audits and management reviews. Seventh one, a system is in a place for the onboard generation of plans and instructions for key shipboard operations. This task may be divided into two categories. First one, a special operations, those where errors only become apparent after a hazardous situation and accident has occurred. As an example, ensuring watertight integrity, navigational safety, maintenance operations, bunker operations. Now second one, critical shipboard operations where an error will immediately cause an accident or a situation that could threaten personnel, environment or vessels. As an example, navigation in confined water, operation in heavy weather, bunker or oil transfer, cargo operation on tankers. A safety management system meets the requirements of the ISM code requires a company to document its management procedures and record its action, activities and tasks that affect the safety and environment are properly planned, organized, executed and checked. SMS is developed and implemented by people and clearly defines responsibilities, authorities and lines of communication. SMS allows a company to measure its performance against set criteria, hence identifying areas that can be improved. The increase in safety management skills improves morale and can lead to reduction in cost due to an increase in efficiency and reduction in claims. The ISM guideline is in the Chapter 9 of SOLAS. It is mandatory for all vessels after 1st July 2002. There are two parts in ISM. Part A, implementation. Part B, certification and verification. Part A, implementation. First is general, objective, application, functional requirements. Second one, safety and environment protection policy. Third, company responsibility and authority. Fourth, DPA. Fifth, master responsibility and authority. Sixth, resource and personnel. Seventh, development of plan for shipboard operation. Eighth, emergency preparedness. Ninth, report and analysis on non-conformities, accidents and hazardous occurrence. 10th, maintenance of ship equipment. 11th, documentation. 12th, company verification, review and evaluation. Now part B, certification and verification. 13th, certification and periodical verification. 14th, interim certification. 15th, verification. And 16th, form of certification. Friends, you can find a SOLAS Chapter 9 Part 1 video through this link, and I also mention a link in a description where you can learn regulation of SOLAS Chapter 9, ISM code, ISM certificates, safety management certificates, types of docks and SMC. Now let's continue a video. Friends, please watch this video till the end. Safety and environmental protection policy. The company should establish a safety and environmental protection policy which describes how objectives listed above will be achieved. The company should ensure that the policy is implemented and maintained at all levels of the organization, both ship-based as well as shore-based. Company responsibilities and authority. There must be disclosure from the owner to the administration as to who is responsible for the operation of the ship. The company should define and document responsibility, authority and interrelation of all personnel who manage, perform and verify work relating to and affecting safety and pollution prevention. The company must ensure there are adequate resources and shore-based support for the designated person or person to carry out their function. DPA, designated person ashore, a person who provides a link between the company and the ship. He has a direct access to the highest level of the management, monitoring the safety and pollution prevention aspect of ship and to ensure adequate resources and shore-based support for ship. A person who has direct access to the highest levels of management, providing a link between the company and those on board. The responsibility and authority of the designated person is to provide for the safe operation of the vessel. He should monitor the safety and pollution prevention aspects of the operation of each vessel and ensure there are adequate shore-side resources and support. Master responsibilities. Implement of safety and environment protection policy. Motivation of crew in observing the policy. Issue order and instruction. Review SMS and report. Resources and personnel. The company should ensure that the master is suitably qualified and fully conversant with the SMS. They should also ensure that the ship is correctly manned. The company should ensure that there is adequate familiarization with safety and protection of the environment for new personnel. They should ensure that the personnel have an adequate understanding of the relevant rules, regulations, guidelines, and codes. Training is to be provided where necessary. Relevant information for the SMS should be promulgated and be written in an easy to understand method. Development of plans for shipboard operations. The company should establish procedures for the generation of shipboard plans and instructions with regard to the prevention of pollution, and this should be generated by qualified personnel. Now, emergency preparedness. The company should establish procedures for the response action to potential emergency situations. Programs for drills should be established and measures taken to ensure that the company's organization can respond to hazards and accidents. Reports and analysis of non-conformities, accidents, and hazardous occurrences. The company should ensure there is a procedure for the reporting and analysis of accidents, hazardous occurrences, and non-conformities, and for the corrective action. Now, maintenance of the ship and equipment. The company is to ensure that the vessel is properly maintained. Procedures within the SMS should be in place to identify, record, and plan for repair defects. A system of preventive maintenance should be in operation. Regular inspections integrated with the ship's operational maintenance routine should take place to ensure that the vessel is in compliance with relevant regulations. Documentation. The company should establish and maintain procedures for the control of all documentation relevant to the SMS. This should include: first, valid documents are available at all relevant locations. Second, changes to documents are reviewed and approved to authorized personnel. Third, obsolete documents are promptly removed. Now, all documents carried in a company approved relevant form should be present on board. Company verification, review, and evaluation. The company should carry out periodic audits to verify and pollution preventions are complying with SMS. The audits and corrective actions should be carried out as per laid down procedures. Personnel carrying out the audits should be independent of the areas that they are carrying out the audit unless size of the company is such that this is impractical. Deficiencies or defects found should be brought to the attention of the personnel in that section, and the management team so effective action can be carried out. Certification, verification, and control. The following documentation is issued by whichever administration complying with ISM is relevant to the shipping company. First, a doc is issued to all companies who can demonstrate that they have complied with the code should be held. Second, a copy of the doc should be held on board to allow the master to produce it to the relevant authorities is required. Third, a SMC is issued to the ship following verification on that the ship and company comply with the requirements of SMS. The types of documentation the auditor will wish to see to verify compliance with the ISM are as follows: logbooks, safety and management meetings minutes and follow-up actions, medical log, company circular letters, plant maintenance records, records of verification, records of master review of the system, records of internal audits and follow-up, records of chart corrections, class quarterly listings, records of passage planning, all record books, garbage logs, company manual and forms. Now let's see what is conformity and observe the situation where objective evidence indicates the non-fulfillment of a specified requirement of the ISM code or company's SMS. This deviation or the identified lack of a plan or instructions for a key shipboard operation could endanger the safety of people, the ship, its cargo, and the environment. Now, what is a measure non-conformity? Measure non-conformity means an identifiable deviation which poses a serious threat to crew members or the ship, or it's a serious risk to the environment and requires immediate action. In addition, the lack of effective and systematic implementation of an ISM requirement is considered as a measure non-conformity. The ship should correct all the following measure non-conformities prior to departure. First, the ISM certificates are not on board. Second, the company mentioned on the dock is not the same as the company mentioned on the SMC. Third, the safety management documentation is not on board. Fourth, safety information is not in the working language or in the language understood by the crew. Fifth, senior officers are unable to identify the operator and designated person. Sixth, there is no procedure to contact the company in emergency situations. Seventh, drills have not been carried out according to the program. Eighth, new crew members are not familiar with their duties within the SMS. Ninth, master's overriding authority is not documented and master is unaware of his authority. 10th, no records of maintenance kept or no evidence of maintenance has been carried out as indicated in the records. All checks does PSC inspector on ship make as follows. First, is the ISM code applicable to the ship? Is ISM certification on board? Are certificates and particulars in order? Is there a company safety and environmental protection policy and are the appropriate crew members familiar with it? Is the safety management documentation readily available on board? Is the relevant documentation on the SMS in a working language or a language understood by the ship's crew? Can senior officers identify the company responsible for the operation of the ship, and does this correspond with the entity specified on the ISM certificates? 8th, can senior officers identify the designated person? 9th, are procedures in place for establishing and maintaining contact with shore management in case of emergency? 10th, are programs for drills and exercises to prepare for emergency action available on board? 11th, how have new crew members been made familiar with their duties, and are there instructions available which are essential prior to sailing? 12th, can master provide documented proof of his responsibility and authority, which should include his overriding authority? 13th, does the ship has a routine maintenance and is there records available? 14th, Have a non-conformities, accidents, incidents and hazardous situations been reported to the company, and has timely corrective action been taken by the company? 15. Are there procedures in place to maintain the relevant documentation? 16. Are there procedures in place intended to internal audits, and have internal audits been carried out? 17. If detainable deficiencies or many deficiencies are detected, the PSC officer will use his professional judgment to decide, is this means a failure of safety management system? I am following in a daily base routine. First, in a daily base we work a lot and we must have to follow the procedure for that particular work. For example, to start fresh water generator we must have to follow procedure, and this procedure must be written and pasted nearby the fresh water generator. Second, need to check ISM certificate is valid. Third, doc must be valid. Fourth, SMS must be followed. Fifth, SMT must be updated. Sixth, drill should be done on regular basis. Seventh, every crew must know the safety procedure. Thank you friends for watching this video. This is Bharat Kumar from Neptune Marine Info, where knowledge has no boundaries. Friends, if you like this video, please share it and subscribe my channel for new video notification.